What's up, YouTube? Something prompted me to make another video, and it's a series about spiritual types of abuse you might try to look out for when you're out and about, and if they're screaming, I mean, they might be trying to control you without themselves even being aware of it. I sat through many years of abuse, church, other things, and how do you say this? I mean, it's one thing for the Holy Ghost to accentuate a spiritual point in somebody's life through a church service, and that happens pretty often. But if there are things to look out for, you won't probably pinpoint it for a while. But if they're screaming and you're listening and you're looking for the point of accentuation, and there's nothing. And I've come to the conclusion that that's a control tactic by an unconscious speaker, in my opinion. And though very, very called of God and anointed, but also I see lack of study, which is preparation for the message. They can use it as fillers, the screaming, the attitude, the aggravation, and it's all coming out of a carnal base because they don't have enough prayer for that week or that day that they spoke, and they're out of sync with the Holy Ghost. If you look at Jesus' teachings, a lot of times it was just the 12 dudes, and they're sitting there and they're talking, or he's demonstrating, he's walking, he's showing them things. Okay? Always with the fruits of the Spirit. You know, the love, joy, peace, Galatians 5:22-23. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, goodness, kindness, faith, meekness, temperance, right? Against such there's no law. Just messed my hair up. But, so, the preaching, yeah, it can be intense. And it could be pure Holy Ghost, because God is drawing sinners to the born-again message. And He also draws saints that are, saint is just a sinner that's born again. That's the only difference. And they're in a process of discipleship. So the preacher can be drawing them. Maybe the Holy Ghost is pointing something out in their life and it's got to get fixed. Well, yeah, there's tons of accentuations of the Holy Ghost. And there'll be screams and shouts and things going on in a service. Yes, that's all decent. That's all proper. Biblically, that's proper. But I've seen it for too long, years and years, and over a decade, and I've experienced the abuse, like I said, and they'll use it to control, to accentuate nothing, because they have nothing to give. And just a superintendent of the church that I'm, where God sent me originally, I'm still there, but he said once at a general conference, and he said he's talking to like 3,000 preachers, pastors, right? And he said, "Are you giving the people corn husks, or are you giving them steaks?" You know, the contrast of corn husks and steaks, right? He's like, if you're not preparing, if you're not, your prayers, you study, you're throwing corn husks. You're giving them corn husks to eat. God's people. And you're supposed to be giving them steaks, right? See the difference? There's a vast difference in this, because I've experienced it myself. God had me preach at prison ministry and nursing home ministries for years. And when I was prepared, I would feel the power of God. I would feel the love of God. I would feel the peace of God. I would see the fruits of the Spirit of God coming out of the message. And transversely, if God didn't cover me that day, or other times when I was ill-prepared, had no prayer, did not prepare anything, and it would come out offensive attitude, and I would see it out of my own mouth, and I'd be like, what is going on, Ron? And I would think, see, God was showing me. He was teaching me. That's how God taught me. That's how the Holy Ghost taught me. Jesus is Spirit, okay? And so I knew, and I would feel one way, and I was like, man, I think I hurt them people, and I was be like, man, that can't be right, but yet that's that's how I learned the setting that I came up in from the church. It's exactly how it was most of the time. Very little prayer. And it seemed like all I hear is regurgitated junk. Message after message after message after message. Year after year after year. Like, man, it took years for me to figure this out. And I'm giving it to you, and this is under a 6-minute video right now. So take this. This is good stuff. This is spiritual gold here. And learn. If you're in the ministry, I'd hate to be you at the judgment. You're throwing corn husks at God's people, and you think you're lording over them. 1 Peter 5:3. Neither is being the lords over God's heritage. There's a price to pay. Unfortunately, a lot of them ain't going to find out until judgment. But so I think I don't have anything else I could think of to add to this. Okay, so God bless you.